to the Downtown Scoop, your downtown Canton partnership podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Dukes. I'm here with my co-host, Mike Sternavant. Hey, Mike.
We're back. How are you?
We are back. Listen, I'm good. So I just want everybody to be pre-warned. It's been a lot trying to get this episode out there. And I'm sharing this because if you've ever watched me, you've known that if you have technical difficulties or issues, I choose to believe that just means it's really meaningful and going to be a great show.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you did.
Oh, I have to call myself out. Like it was just too good. Okay. Like we just got to make it's real. That's why people like this show, right?
Well, we always tell the guest we go no matter what. So we're not editing. We're not. And then like you and I are the ones that mess everything up. But we're like, even with mistakes, we're just forging through, and here we are.
We are. Again. This is real. What you get is what you see, and that's kind of like
you're in the basement of the DoubleTree. I don't know where you're at, but
I am literally in the basement in a random office at the DoubleTree. So we're rocking.
In my living room. It's cool. It's all good.
But I already knew with having this guest on, it was going to be a great show. Okay, She comes with her own power. She comes with her own accolades and everything else.
Overcome all.
Exactly. And if you don't know who she is, shame on you because I don't know where you have been, honestly.
You live in a different state. And it's not Illinois.
I was about to say she's from Chicago. So so it's a blessing to know her. It's a blessing to call her a friend and a mentor. We have Miss Betty Smith joining us today. Welcome, Miss Betty.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored.
And Betty, we got to tell you, like months ago, Amanda and I, this wasn't something we just like thought of and launched it the next day. We were talking about this for months. And when we started laying out guests, I'm pretty sure you were number one for both of us.
Wow. We feel good. Thank you.
Timeline wise of when your event is compared to others, we had to factor it in. But you were like the first name out of both of our mouths that, well, we got to have Miss Betty on because you are truly, and I double what Amanda said, one of our favorite people just in the world, let alone everything that you do in your group does is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You make people feel good. So it's reciprocity, Miss Betty.
Okay.
So you have a lot of exciting big things happening right now. So this is just such a beautiful time to be able to celebrate you and talk about it. Let us know about your most recent incredible success with the new En-rich-ment Center.
Yes, and I'm still floating. I'm still on cloud nine. We had our grand opening, and we had about 200 people here that support us, the contractors, the foundations, and just community people. We're here to view this lovely, lovely facility that really could not have been possible without the spearheading person who is Mr. Ted Swaldo. He is the founder of Gervasi Vineyard. And I tell you, I call him my angel because when I said I need space, I needed a place, and I described what I needed, he said, let me work on that.
Oh.
And I tell you, he delivered more than even what I expected. It's a stellar state-of-the-art building. And I tell you, we have a kitchen that is a commercial kitchen, which when he brought his executive chef in from Gervasi, he said, this kitchen looks better than ours. So, I mean, it's fully equipped. And, those whoever's, listening to this, you're more than welcome to come and I can give you a tour, or one of the staff can give you a tour and show you all these great rooms, 2 art rooms, 2 dance studios, practice rooms, huge drumline room, and offices. I have an office. I finally have an office.
Oh my! You're just now getting an office.
We've had an office before.
Oh,
so yeah, I have an office, and we have other offices. We're sharing an office with Blue Coat's bookkeeper, so we're sharing a bookkeeper between the two of us. We have an affiliation with the Blue Coats, which really helps make this possible because that gives us sustainability, so En-rich-ment can be around forever. Long after I'm gone, I pray it will just continue on because it does such wonders with our children in the community. So the open house, the grand opening was wonderful. We still, because it's a new facility, we still need funding. That's always needed.
Yeah.
People are really coming through. The community has come through for us, and I just can't express enough. People still stopping in. I missed the grand opening. Will you give me a tour? Of course. We want you to see this. I share this with the community. We've had a number of meetings in our community room. We had one just the other evening. The health department has been here. I've had a meeting with JRC and just different people, the library, just people coming and say, I want to be a part. What can we do? What can we share? And anytime you're working with young people, there's a lot of partnering that can go on. And that's what we want. We want this building to be used, so we want something going on, from the time in the morning, from 10 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, and at least 6 days a week, if not 7. We just want the building used.
That
so can beautiful. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Amanda.
I was just saying that's incredible. Like, you can just tell, like, people just want to support, and they believe in everything that you're doing. Like, and yeah, definitely, I'll go ahead and double down about the funding, specifically because I know that it takes, you have big ideas. Miss Betty is never without an idea, you guys. So I know she has a lot more things in store and a lot more things in her mind to bring these visions to life. And it is for the youth, and it is for an incredible cause. So so definitely, if you're looking for somewhere to donate, or just your time, even not just finances,
that's
your
right.
Time, one of these kids, like whatever you can do. If you're looking to fill that space, young people, your children, please consider reaching out to En-rich-ment.
That's right. That's right. And so then after the even before the grand opening, we moved into the building on the 3rd of June because our summer camp started.
Yeah.
And last year we had 90 students. This year we had 186.
Oh, wow.
And 30 on a waiting list. We needed more classes. But it's been a wonderful summer. Just an awesome summer with these young people.
That's an incredible growth, by the way.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, my gosh.
Unreal growth from one year to the next. So that just shows, it's one thing to have a vision. It's another thing to see that your vision is having a real impact. There's no more proof that En-rich-ment is impacting not just these young people's lives, but their families' lives.
Most definitely.
That right there.
Yes.
And that the arts has a need, because I think
that the arts change lives.
I think that there's still a battle on if the arts makes a difference, if it's necessary. Just take one look at En-rich-ment. You will see that there's a need.
You're right, Amanda. I could write a book on the success stories.
You don't have a book yet, Miss Betty?
Well, I have a book that I wrote some years ago. But I need a book about things that's happened, with En-rich-ment. There's so many success stories. Half of our staff are young people that grew up in this program.
Yes.
They started with me and they're like 12 and 13 years old. And now, they're in college, juniors, seniors in college. Some of them are graduates of high school, but we start employing them when, interns at 13. And then when they turn 14, then that's why I have raised money, or the city sometimes gives me money, and we hire these young people. And so then they go on and then they teach classes. They're assistants in classes like in drumline or choir or in the dance studio. And then they become the teacher. They actually take it over and do that. And it's so rewarding to see these young people come back every year and want to be a part of En-rich-ment. And they age out at 18 and they get nervous. Miss Betty, I'm not. I said, you can still do some things in En-rich-ment. Come, you can volunteer. If I get money, we'll hire you, and you can work with the kids and the young people and give back. It's just awesome. And I just love it. So our summer camp, last year we had 55 schools. This year we had 77 schools represented.
Wow.
And and they've come, most of them are Canton, but they come from all over Stark County. We have Malvern, we have Louisville, we have Marlboro, we have Carrollton. I'm telling you, they're coming from everywhere. To be a part of this program. We have awesome teachers, and they have a great time. They don't even want to go home sometimes. Is camp over? I'm like, yeah.
How does that make you feel? Have you ever talked to your instructors after that? Like, what does that mean? Like, especially because a lot of people have written off the young kids, and not that's any different. I've heard a lot about this younger generation. I have kids, and
kids are different. Each generation is different, but kids are kids.
Exactly.
They want to be loved. They want to know that you care about them. They want to feel safe. And that's really bottom line. They know they're loved here, and they know they're going to be disciplined here in a proper way. They can't just come and run and take over, and profanity and dressing lewd and all that. Can't do that here. We have rules, and they want to be here, so they abide by our rules.
I love that. That's also why you can't get rid of us. Because like you said, they want to feel loved. They want to feel. They want to feel. I think safe, because I think
most definitely
one of the biggest forms of love is safety, and we're in an inner city. So you said most of the kids are from Canton. It is beautiful to have a space for these kids.
It is
not only safe physically, but safe mentally in their expressions. Yeah, like how they express. Like that's so beautiful.
And some of the young people, are ADD, ADHD. Some of them are on meds. And we have autistic children in our program, but we have a wonderful sensory room here that we've used. And we have behavior specialists that are on, to take care of the children that might have a little trauma or something going on. And we can meet those needs, So we have those.
I did not know that.
But Mike didn't know that. You can tell.
That's new for me. I was I did not know that. I learned something new every time I talk to you. And
I'm telling you, you have to meet the needs of the children. We're not just a drop-off program where kids, it's a daycare and no, we're about family. We're about meeting the needs of the family. Mom, if you need something, let me know what it is, and we're going to try to meet that need. I mean, we've helped family get housing and counseling and food, whatever it is, and we meet the need of those children.
I love that you are providing needs, and even that have essentially nothing to do with your program and what you set out for. You said,
but it's about family. It's family.
Much bigger than that.
Keep them together.
Everybody's welcome. There's a space for everybody. There is help for everybody.
Right.
That's incredible. And that alone is not enough for people to come check out your facility. I don't know what is. I did real quick pull some pictures of the opening for you.
Yes.
In front of that gorgeous blue building.
Isn't that beautiful? Yes,
it is. And the gentleman on the right-hand side, that is
Mr. Swaldo, my angel.
Swaldo, your angel. He owns Gervasi, and you giving your speech and then cutting the ribbon with some of your team. And
with Mike. Mike Scott can't hardly see him, but he is the CEO of the Bluecoats.
Wow.
And then that's Genevieve Geisler. She's COO, CFO of Bluecoats.
Wow.
Standing on the right side. I'm not sure where you're looking at from. But, Bluecoats were here in full force. And, of course, there was a performance after the ribbon cutting. The full corps was there outside on 9th and Market. They blocked off the street. And they played, our drum line played, and then they even played together. Our drum line and their drum line played together. Oh, the kids were excited.
Oh,
it was awesome. It was tear jerking.
Let me tell y'all something, and I mean this wholeheartedly. It's not just because Miss Betty is my favorite person in the world. This drum line for year after year after year, I can't even remember how long I've been following it, has been my favorite part of whatever parade, whatever performance that they're in. You can just see and feel the passion. They show up. They're in line. They make no excuses. I've seen it be a big drum line and a whole drum.
Corps, with
flags
and pom-poms.
Or it's dancers. Like 4 or 5 of them, and it's the same exact feeling that you get.
You're exactly right.
There's something different. I'm telling you guys now, if you have not had the absolute pleasure of seeing and being a part of any of this, please just go check it out. Ask somebody, get your kids involved, go visit, talk to somebody about it. It's just something to know and understand. Hall of Fame is coming up. The parade is going. Watch them. They'll be in there.
Right.
The community.
We're the only drum line. We're the only drum line in the parade. Everything else is a band. They're big bands.
And
we're the only drum line.
I can tell when they're coming. I'm like, I hear En-rich-ment. Like, I know it.
That's right. So we're practicing now for the community parade and the grand parade. The kids are really excited. And you know what? It takes a lot of work. A lot of work.
Betty, I'm not banging on no drum marching miles in the heat like that. So I commend anybody who does it, let alone a young person.
Right. And they do, and they practice, and they have to practice whether it's a little bit of rain, whether it's a little chilly, or whether it's really hot, because we never know on the day of the parade, what the weather's going to be like. So we have to be prepared. Yeah.
And I think I mentioned, so to give a little backstory that some people may not know, and we were very gracious of this, but last December you had your gala,
Yes.
and we at the partnership were very, very appreciative to receive one of your awards. And I
Yes.
got to go and represent. And I know in the video I talked, and I just want to bring it up here because I want you to know this. The first time I came across enrichment was a couple of years ago. I think I was at one of the Hall of Fame events. It might have been one of the races. I was helping with some social media for the chamber. And I was like, this is like amazing. And then I saw it at a couple other events, and every time I stopped. And then I have no idea which is the first one I met you at, but when I had heard of you, obviously, and knew who you were just from your presence in the community. But when I saw the love that you had for that program in person, it was a done deal, right? Like I'd already loved the program, but that solidified it for me, because if you have not seen Miss Betty cheering these kids on, it is one of the most amazing things.
Thank you so much.
And I don't know how to express it as complimentary as I want to.
Right.
No,
but
I received what you said. Thank you.
Your heart and
watching
your
her
love
enjoy it.
Have for what you do.
Thank you.
Comes through, and I just want you to know that, because I was like, I'm in. Like I love this program and anything else. But and then
well, you've been a big supporter, Mike, and I appreciate you very much.
And your program with the Blue Coats, like you talked about succession plans. I know that's something that a lot of foundations, when they give money, they're really worried about the succession plan. There's not more perfect like collaboration than enrichment in the Blue Coats. I mean, the history that the Blue Coats have going back, I don't even know how many years, but
about 52 years now.
Okay, you got it down. I was like, when that first came out about your new building and the partnership with the Blue Coats, it's like, man, that could not have been any more.
That's right.
You know, the universe aligning. Like,
I'm telling you,
great partnership. And it's just, there's certain things that, like, I always believe this: when you do things the right way and you follow your passion and your gift, the right things always fall into place. And that is
most
not
definitely
a more perfect union than those two. And,
well, you know what? And I always say God was in the plan. And the reason I say that is when I first started enrichment, Maria Byington, who I think both of you know, she's just a wonderful person. She raised the first dollars for me to start enrichment. She raised money to buy violins. And then I remember shortly after that, I said, Maria, I'm starting a drum line, and it's kind of expensive, and I don't really know what to do and where to go. She says, well, I'm going to give you the name of a gentleman, and you write him a letter, and then maybe he could help you. Well, I didn't know who I was writing. I wrote the letter. A person called me and said, we need to meet. It was Ted Swaldo. This was in 2015.
Wow.
2015, I first met him. And he says, he told me who he was. I didn't know who he was. He said, do you know who I am? I said, I haven't done my homework. So I didn't know who he was. So I was blown away when he told me who he was. And I'm like, wow, this man is meeting with me in this little office. I didn't even have an office. We were sitting outside. And to make a long story short is he said, we need to do some things to help you. So the Blue Coats started helping us with drums. They sent me an instructor from Dayton, Ohio, that helped work with the kids. Every month they'd send someone, and they just started doing little things, a little at a time. But see, that was 2015. Now the big thing came with the building. So we had built a relationship. And then, when I told him just last year, I need a building, then we got the building. June the 30th, 2023, we signed the affiliation agreement with the Blue Coats. June the 30th of 2024, we had the grand opening of our building.
That's amazing.
I mean, it is. It's an amazing story.
It is.
It's amazing. And he did this in a very, very short period of time.
I was going to say, for anybody who's never been a part of a capital campaign, you do not know how amazing that is. Because
I'm telling you, that's right. And so, it was a $1.7 million thing, and we ended up with because he kept saying, well, I think you need, things I never had thought of. The way they did the drinking fountains and the bathrooms, and they're just so nice. And that kitchen, oh my gosh. He said, well, we got to raise a little more money. So I think it ended up with being 2.1 million. And he says, we still need a little more money. So that's why I say we still need money, because there's some things he still wants to do in the building.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, it's much more than I asked for.
Ain't that just God's?
It's what you deserve, and that's the most important.
I cry because I'm walking down these nice hallways, kids in the rooms, and they're having a great time. They're happy. And then a lunchroom, they're getting a hot meal. It's just, start to tear up now.
Oh,
It's just awesome when you see these kids here. Oh my gosh. And they give me love too, Miss Betty, and they give me a hug, and I love that. I receive that. And it's all genuine. It's all genuine.
Well, we talked a little earlier about, the growth that you've had from last year to this year, improving the concept, the retention rate you have of kids coming back and then wanting to get involved, right? Kids that get into high school level, college level, after that, who say, you know what, this program impacted me so much.
Right.
I want to be a part of it. A lot of places don't get that on the level that you get it. Some may. But that is, again, just another testament to the impact that this organization, and it's so much more than just a drum line, right?
Yeah, it really is. Most
drum line just scratches the surface as to what you're
right.
offering these kids and families, and it shows that it's just kudos to you, because sometimes you just have an idea, and that wherever that idea is planted from, and you just take off with it, and you've done a great job at that.
And we have great children. These young people are gifted. Some of them are very gifted. They don't even realize they have a gift, in music. Oh, we've got something called the Modern Band. Wait till you hear our Modern Band with our young kids on the keyboard and the guitar, and they're awesome. I hope you can come down on it's the 12th. Tomorrow, it's tomorrow, really.
We're recording this on the 11th, so you got to be tomorrow. So there's this showcase for the kids who went to the summer camp, and she's giving them a chance to showcase down in downtown Canton, Centennial Plaza, so they can literally show off the things that they learned, the things they've been working on. We can go cheer them on and celebrate them. Like you said, help celebrate their gifts. They need that. They really do. So
they do. Children just want someone to give them a compliment. Instead of being scolded or saying
they need
you're not
to know that what they're doing matters. Oftentimes children, we tell them to do stuff, or we're doing this and everything else like that. They need to see and feel why it matters.
They do. And we always tell them how beautiful they are, how they're doing. And if they do something that's a little bit out of order, then we just sit and talk to them about, well, no, this is the way you should handle this. There's a better way to do this. It's constructive criticism. And it's helping them to grow as individuals. And I see it with these kids that come back, and they started with me. Sometimes when the kids come back to visit with me, they've grown so. And I'm like, wow. How many years ago? Oh, about 12 years ago when you first started. I'm like, wow. It's awesome. Always will come back to say hi, or they'll reach out to me on social media. Some of them have moved on. They're doing music. We've got 2 that are doing recordings and stuff down in Tennessee. One's in Atlanta. Wow. Oh, they're doing great things. They have bands, doing that, singing. Just doing some awesome thing. One of the young men that helped me start En-rich-ment, he is now the assistant symphony orchestra conductor in Augusta, Maine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I called on him to help me put En-rich-ment together. And now that's what he's doing. He's moved on. And he was just, he was going into his senior year of college when I met him.
Man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, you got a good eye for talent, Miss Betty. It's no wonder you love Amanda and I so much.
Exactly.
I had to slip that in.
Listen, you got some goodness and greatness in you. Come on.
Yeah, she got me. She got me at the rough spot. I tell people any chance I get, Miss Betty, the host that you see, the producer that you see, is in big part to Miss Betty Smith when she had On Track with Betty Mack.
That's right.
Back in the 2000s.
Yeah. And I had that for 20 years.
Can you still find that on YouTube? I think you can find that on YouTube somewhere. If you can.
We can.
I started in 2020 because of COVID. It was 20 years.
Wow. Yeah.
I
I graduated in 2008, and we helped out with show in the broadcasting program with this show.
Yes.
And listen. We did not make anything easy. Okay, we did not. Let's just be very. I'm going to be honest. Right. But
When you brought that up, Rosie.
when I grew, when I learned, it wasn't until like I went back and I talked, I realized the seeds, like she talked about the seeds and the idea she planted, the seeds she planted in me while working on her show, regardless of if I showed up listening or not. It mattered. I remembered my punctuality. I will 100% tell you
Oh,
that.
that's right. That's
Out of
key.
that came from this. And I always call myself, Mike has only met her, I think maybe twice. I call her producer Amanda. She's not rude. She's not rude. She's just straightforward. Like, gotta get things done. Like, it's not rude, but I need this. We gotta do this. Okay, it's time to move over here. Put that
That's
there.
right.
We're gonna start at this time. Y'all ready? Ready? We about to roll. Like, so
It's true.
That's right.
I'm so
Accurate.
I teach the kids that. Yeah, I teach the kids here. Timeliness. You know, you have to be on time. You have to be ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. She said that. That's why
I
had to come clean about the way that things were happening. I was like, of all the people, it had to be this one.
I'm like, oh,
listen, I know, and I'll take my control.
That's okay. It happens. So it's okay.
Does.
Life happens. Yeah.
So one of my favorite events of the summer is coming up that you put on after your summer program. And I love this because I feel like this is just one of the only things we have like this here in the city. There's a couple things, little smaller events, but this is one of the big ones that I really appreciate. And it is the African American Festival that you put on. I would love for you to talk to us about that, and also why it's important, why it's in downtown Canton.
Yeah. This is exciting. We started this 4 years ago. And because we're with the arts, you know, African American arts, now we added cultural festival to it just this year because we want it to grow and to be something much bigger. As moving forward, it's going to get bigger and better. But we celebrate our culture, and we want everybody to come downtown and see what we do. We're having an African fashion show. We'll have the djembes playing. We kick it off though with fitness. Extreme Burn with Sean Strong, Zumba with Russell Pratt, and Yoga with Tara Burton. Then we follow that up with a Step and Stomp with Tara Ashley. So that gets us kicked off in the morning. Also, along with that, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., 12 in the afternoon, we're having a health fair. And we're having about 12 different health facilities that will be down there, including the health department, Black Nurses Association. There's just a lot of things in health. We want our people to be healthy. You know, I think if you read in the paper, you know, Canton has we're the most obese city in the country.
I did hear that.
Yes. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So that's another thing at En-rich-ment. With our kitchen, we can serve healthy, nutritious meals. And in our cooking class, we teach the children how to cook with healthy foods, you know, because we're and then of course, poverty, you know, we're at the top too as poverty with our youth in poverty.
Yes.
So anyway, we bring all that into the festival, making it fun, but making it educational as well. Health with the health place, the fitness and the exercise and all of that. Then we have a lot of fun. We have great entertainment. I believe in using the local talent. We use a lot of our local talent. In fact, Lovely Sumlin is coming in. Lovely is from Canton. Lovely grew up working with me when she was 4 years old when I had Canton Idol.
Wow.
And Lovely, I knew she had talent then. And she won Canton Idol several years.
You were the one that did Canton Idol?
I did Canton Idol.
You didn't know
that? No.
Yes. I did Canton Idol in 2000.
We're down to two things Mike learned about you today.
Listen, I remember that. I had no idea that was you.
I did. I founded Canton Idol. I sure did. And we stopped Canton Idol during COVID. You know, that's when we stopped.
I remember that. I had no idea that was you.
And listen, I tell you, Mike, the talent that came out of Canton Idol is awesome.
Fantastic.
And Lovely is one of them, and she's just graduated from college. She lives in Atlanta. I'm bringing her back to perform at the African American Arts and Cultural Festival. She'll be opening for. I mean, you've got to. This young girl is awesome.
Her voice is. It's something to remember. It's felt. You feel it.
You feel it. So she'll come on like at 8:00, and she's opening up for this new edition experience.
I'm excited.
They're going to be awesome too. I'm
excited about this.
New edition. Everybody likes new edition music. But during the day, we're having about 3 drum lines will be there. And we're just going to have a little battle of the drum lines going on about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And then we've got some local singers that are going to be singing. A young man named Ian Freeman, who's got he was one of my Canton Idol people too, and he won Canton Idol.
Wow.
He's still singing. Dejan Dickerson, who grew up.
You gotta have Dejan.
Everybody knows Dejan.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dejan sings for everything. I think he does the national anthem at all of the McKinley games.
He does, and it's really cool because I don't live far from the stadium, and there are times where I can hear him sing. I'm like, let's like stop. Can y'all hear Dejan? And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's Dejan.
In fact, you heard him. Well, he sang at our gala also.
I was going to ask you if that was him that sang at your gala, because I can attest he's fantastic.
He sang at the gala. He's awesome. So he'll be down there singing as well. And then of course I said we do the fashion show, which has gotten very popular. Fashion show is very popular. I gave them a few more minutes this year because people wanted more last year.
Yeah.
More fashions. Yeah. And we have the drums playing while they're doing the fashion show. So we have a power packed day starting.
You have a couple of hip hop artists too, correct?
Oh yeah, we're doing hip hop.
Yep,
we're doing hip hop. We most definitely are doing hip hop. Nakaso, John P, the mailman. They call him the mailman. Then we added
John P, the MC. I graduated with him.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I just know him as John, but
yeah,
humble brag. Humble brag over there. Me and John go way back.
He's so excited. He made his own flyer and put it on Facebook. I'm going to be down at the festival. Thank you, En-rich-ment. Thank you, Miss Betty. And he's just excited. But we need to give our local people an audience. We need to give them an opportunity to perform because they're very good.
Miss Betty, I love this festival and what you're doing. You add something every year, as most cultural festivals do. Right.
Yes.
And then how you incorporate every piece of it. You incorporate the different arts, not the arts of just today, but the arts of before and our ancestors, the fashion of today, the fashion of our ancestors.
That's exactly right.
The cuisines of today, the cuisines of things we've been eating for long, so we don't even know how they came up with this, but we're eating
exactly. And then, of course, the vendors. Well, some of them will have good old soul food, and some of them will just have regular whatever kind of food you want. It'll probably be there. We have great vendors.
Right. To be fair, me adding to the obesity problem is not a fair thing because I go to all these events and there's all this food, and I may intentionally come after the extreme burn, so I don't need that kind of pressure. But it's not all my fault, okay? You came on this event with this amazing food. Yeah. I can only have so much willpower, Miss Betty.
Yeah. But I love food and work it off,
Exactly.
You just have to burn more calories than you eat.
Exactly.
There you go. I love that though that you're incorporating the health piece to it too, because it's not a secret that in the Black culture that there is a lot of heightened health issues, and like you said, and you're bringing it to Canton. You made a lot of specific issues to Canton. There's a lot of lack of cultural information in Canton. I think that we're doing so much better, guys, than when I was young, growing up in school and things like that, just to be very fair and very honest. And even like you said, like the health piece, I see a lot more of those being more intentional with the kids and things like that. So I love that these are pieces, and the young kids, they know if Miss Betty's having an event, they are welcome, that they're invited, they are a part of, and there will always be a space for them. So I love that they come in and they can have fun and learn and maybe do things that they didn't think that they would do. They might not know that they like that fashion. They may not know that this was a thing or, anything else like that. So I love this space, and I love that it's happening in the heart of Canton. And you've always had it down here. Am I correct?
Yes. Well, the first year we had it in the old Spitzer lot across the street from our office.
Okay.
10th and Cleveland.
Yeah.
That was the first year that we did it, but the space was too small. So that's when we took it downtown, and we've been downtown ever since, which is perfect.
Year 3 or 4?
This is year 4.
Year 4. I thought that was
this
year
is
4.
year 4. And then it's just going to get bigger and better. What I'm doing, bringing in the Thomas West from the Urban League, and Leonard Stevens and Amelia Johnson from the Stark County Minority Business Association. They've been helping me with this. In fact, Mila has handled all of the vendors for me this year, which took a lot off of me. Now, I will say this is the first time I've made this public. Next year, I'm not going to run the festival. I'm turning it over to the Urban League and Minority Business. I think they can grow it. It'll be bigger. It will be better. I'll still do an art piece with the youth. All of my time must be spent on enrichment, the building, and doing things with our young people. That's where I want all of my energy to focus on. So I'm turning this festival over them. It'll get bigger and better. It will grow.
I love that perspective from you. Like, listen, like I have, my heart, my niche and where I'm at. Like, I love this festival. I've started, I
Yes.
laid the groundwork. Now here's some people who can help
Yes.
add to it, who can grow
Exactly.
and things. And I respect that so
Yeah.
much. I really do. And
I
I'm
want it to
excited
grow.
to see
I want it to
what
grow.
happens and excited for this year's event. So either way, and you're kicking it off a little different. You said it's
Yes.
a part of it, but kind of tell me what this new thing is.
Okay.
I just started
The
seeing
day before, July the 19th, actually the evening at 5 p.m., we're calling it Pop Up at Patina. This is Patina Art Center, right there on 324 Cleveland Avenue. And it's open to the public. We have there was a lot of African American artists will have their artwork hanging at Patina.
Oh, I love that.
And Saxy Rob will be delighting the crowd with his awesome saxophone. Lucas Live will be there, and then the En-rich-ment drum line will be outside, also playing as the people come into Patina. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be food, and there'll be refreshments there. So
And
just
that's
come on down to help us kick it off.
I love that. And that's open to the public too.
Yes, that's open to the public.
I love that. Just come down, kick off the
Come on
weekend,
down and
wind
have a
after.
kickoff. Yeah, we'll have a great time. Centennial's next door, and there might be something going on at the Plaza. I'm not sure. There might be some entertainment on the stage.
It's our event. It's the Taylor Swift event. Will be happening.
Oh, okay.
I was literally just thinking, I'm like, well, I can
I
pop
didn't
by
realize
this
that.
before we start the dance party. So
that's awesome.
So I would drop by. I think our event doesn't kick off till 7.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
7:30. We're having like a little Taylor Swift.
Hey, then you all then. Oh, I'll have to advertise that.
Yes.
But you're all set up.
What a weekend, guys!
Then come to ours.
That's wonderful. Okay.
So one thing that I want to give you a shout out for is because you had talked about, youth and things. One of the things we've tried to put an emphasis on is making downtown Canton more family friendly with different events. And one of the things we've really put an emphasis, shout out to somebody we've had on previously that I know you have worked with, my coworker, Jonathan Becker, who is the First Friday.
Oh, he's wonderful. Yes.
Jonathan has put such an effort into making First Friday a family-friendly event again. Yes, the party drinking thing has a place, but we really need to bring the arts back, bring the family-friendly back. And one of the things that launched this year was our new youth and family zone that happens over at the Eric Snow YMCA every First Friday. And you have been somebody that has just jumped in both feet and helped make that a reality. And we could not have done that without you and Tom Todd.
Yes.
And the YMCA, Jenny, and people we're going to have on Latonia at Walking with a Purpose.
Yeah, Walking with a Purpose.
So we're going to have him on next month as our guest, and just such great organizations that we said, hey, we want to do this like Family Zone for First Friday that just lined up and said, let's make it happen. Like it goes down to that you're a doer, right? A lot of people talk about it. You're one of the people that are like, let's do it. Like, there's no talk. Let's go make it happen. And
that's right.
Do it. She'll get the committee together. She'll organize them. She'll get down time.
That's right.
But
no fooling around. When it comes to these young people, you've got me. Whatever is needed.
The organization appreciate all of the work you did to help us get that off the ground and make that a thing. And it's growing every month. I mean,
it is every month.
Every month we have more and more kids showing up, and it's everything from like little kids to 17. Like we have something for everybody. And it just thank you for that, because that's another thing that would not have gotten off the ground if it wasn't for the great Miss Betty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love it. I tell you, anytime you say youth, you got me. That's at my heartstring. No matter how busy I am, I will find time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss Betty, you are always a joy and a gem to talk to. We learn something new every time. You are just so incredibly inspiring. I can attest to not only the youth, but even to us adults as we continue to follow you and support you, that it just, you are truly a gem, and you are what Canton represents, I really feel like. And you are bringing that home, and you are sharing that message. Like you said, it's about family. And there's nobody that comes around Miss Betty that doesn't feel like this is my grandma. Like
a lot of them call me. That's what they call me, grandma. And that's fine.
You know my great grandma.
Yes, I do.
So
she just turned 101 or something.
104.
Oh, was she 104? Oh my gosh.
So
she's wonderful.
She is absolutely, again, and she doesn't know a stranger. You're welcome. You come in, you eat, you get loved on, you get corrected.
That's
and you
right.
eat ice cream.
Life's about balance, right? Life's about balance.
That's right, Mike.
We're
It's all
talking
about
to an
balance.
ice cream. It's all about
Yep.
balance.
That's right.
What
That's
you
right.
get. But so I love to share this moment with you. You, like I said, you are what Canton is all about, and I want to continue to support
Agreed.
you as we support this youth, because the youth is what this city and this community is all about. So I love that. Thank you again for everything that you do. Look forward to these events and showcasing all the fun stuff that we see and experience during the African American Arts and Cultural Festival. I got it right now.
Yes, that's it.
And learning some new things and seeing how this grows.
Yes, awesome. And if you could put up our website and our phone number, that would be awesome. If people have any questions about enrichment, that they can call, or they can go to our website and learn about all of our programs. We'll be soon registering for fall classes, so we want people to register early. So
is it just enrichment.com?
Yeah, but you have to put the dashes in it. en-rich-ment.org.
You know what? Do me a favor. Explain because there's a specific reason why you have it like that. We didn't go through that. Why is enrichment?
Enrichment means enjoying the richness of music, education, nurturing, and training. That's the acronym. Enrichment. So we put the dashes in it because it means something.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, whenever anybody uses the word enrichment, they're just advertising my program.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's marketing at its finest, ladies.
There you go.
I think it's safe to say we can both guarantee this is not the last time you will see Miss Betty on our podcast. We will have her on any opportunity. I think it might be .org, Amanda, just FYI. Just if anybody comments, it is a nonprofit. So if anybody,
that's right. Thank you, Mike.
It's okay. But if anybody watching, just click the .org and you'll get there.
What do you mean? It says .org.
We got it. We got it.
That was a quick fix.
I'm fast.
You can get it off air, Betty. We'll just
okay. Thank you all. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it very much.
We will definitely see you soon.
Okay,
you are number one. You are number one person that we were like when we go podcast, Miss Betty. Like you were the number one person in mind, and it's great to finally get to have you on and share your passion for this organization.
And it won't be the last.
As much as you know, you're gonna be a staple. We might have to get you a trophy in a year or two.
Wow.
We don't have a Betty Smith award. Oh, we'll work on that. We'll talk about that later, Mike.
We'll work on that.
I'm sorry.
That's all righty. Thanks, Amanda and Mike. I appreciate you. Enjoyed my conversation with you today.
Thank you, Miss Betty.
Always, thank you. I just love her. Like this was like, oh, okay, we did it. Mike, I appreciate all your patience and through this episode.
Yeah, we got this, man. We're killing it.
I know. I love it. I love doing this. I'm excited to speak to more people in the communities because I know that as we do this, there's more that's going to come out of it. There's more events that are happening, more people that will have ideas, and I'm excited to just continue to prove what we keep proving. We just talked about so many things that are happening in one weekend. That this Canton has things to do.
Place to do, man. And
we are here.
I text you every time. I've had so many people come up to me in the last 2 months and be like, I watch your podcast and I watch every episode. And every time I just get on my phone and text Amanda, I got another one.
I know.
Somebody just stopped me at the last First Friday and was like, you don't know me, but I know you. I live downtown. I had no idea that I think the weekend Pride was happening until I watched your podcast, and I love it. I hope you keep doing it. I was like, this is great. Like it makes me so happy. And I text you every single time that somebody says that to us, but it makes me happy that people are seeing what we see, which is this is a great place to be. And, you know, it's almost overkill at this point. Talk about every episode, but when we put this together and this is the perfect show, it's about the people, right? Because we always say, you may know the Arts Fest, you may know Pride, you may know First Friday, but you may not know the people. I mean, Betty, I think everybody knows, but just in general, getting to showcase the people that are making a difference in this community in a ton of different ways. And we've got great guests coming up the next few months.
I was going to say, I still feel like we are
loaded thing. We're going to keep it rolling, but it just makes me so happy that people are tuning in, people are watching this, and people are getting what we hope that they would get. And it just makes me so happy. And you are a huge part of that for believing in my nonsense when I was word gibberishing whatever I was doing to like the first time we met, I was like, I've got this idea and here's what I'm thinking. And it was just like, there's a bunch of stuff up in the clouds, you know, and it was like, you pulled it together and helped me pull it together. And I appreciate you because it's working and it's making a difference, which I appreciate.
It's that part. It matters. It makes a difference. Yes. And all we did, truthfully, is be ourselves. You're a man with ideas and plans and a heart. I'm a woman with heart and ideas and organizational skills. And
that's what I needed. I needed the organization to know how to talk. You brought.
And we both share love for coffee. So
exactly. So we meet at any time.
Right. I haven't been able to write off a coffee in a minute. There's something.
Anytime. You know where to find me. Right by the window.
I'm telling you guys, if I see Mike at a coffee shop, I'm writing the coffee off. Don't tell the government.
There was a minute for like a year where I saw you like once every 3 weeks at a different coffee shop every time.
It was like great. My favorite thing.
Like, here we are again.
My people.
Right. It was awesome.
So Mike, something else you've been working very hard on, you and a team of people that have been long in the works. Go ahead and tell us what is finally launched and that, people can also reach out to us by.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the credit for this because Courtney Halter, who was our first guest, the operations director of the partnership, and the wonderful Marketing Dames, we just recently launched the brand new downtowncanton.com site, which is your everything one-stop shop for downtown Canton. So, all the things we talk about, if you're looking for food and drink places when you come downtown, if you're looking for featured attractions, you're looking for retail shops, you're looking for art galleries, you're looking for services, you're looking for all these events we talk about, where are they at? They're all now on this site. And we listen to people. We talked about this. We teased this a little bit when Courtney was on the first episode.
Yeah.
But the one thing we did is we listened to what people say we needed. So there's a get around where there's actually a parking map, because the one thing we hear all the time is, where do you park when you come downtown? That's there. Right. And so we tried to think of every possible thing resource wise. When you could come down for First Friday, maybe you come down for the Enrichment Fest, maybe you just come down on a Saturday night for dinner, or you go to a show at the Palace and you want to see what else is going on. Yeah. Everything is in a one-stop convenient shop, and
love that.
It's live. There's some little tweaks that are being made to it here and there, but it's live. So if you want to go check it out, downtowncanton.com, it is your one-stop shop for everything.
Love
downtown Canton, and we cannot be any happier with how it came out.
I will say, as a DoubleTree downtown Canton employee, I love that we will be able to share this with our guests, specifically the parking thing. But but also there's so many times like, what restaurants are around, what's there to do, that we could simply give them the website and say, hey, not only are here some restaurants, you can find them here, but also if you're looking for local shops, there's some art galleries. So many people get so fascinated by the museums and statues that we have just downtown. And so I love that. I love that we can give them a place to go and just to make it simpler for them to explore Canton even before they go into downtown Canton. So I love that.
More ways we can support our nonprofits, our events, our businesses. We're going to create a link where any business, if you're having live music or you're having an event, they can advertise it on the site. We're here to support our business owners. We're here to support our community. And this is just another way that we hope we'll just continue that support on any way we can. And it's exciting for it to be here and be live.
I absolutely love that. As always, you guys can please follow us on Facebook at Downtown Canton Partnership. That's where we'll post when our new episodes are up. And honestly, guys, if you have an event happening in downtown Canton, if there's a business or things and you're like, hey, they didn't say this or they weren't aware of that, tell us. Message I was like, we want to support any and everything that is downtown Canton, because that's what we're here for. It's what we're passionate about. We love it. Agreed. We work down here. We play down here. We eat down here.
You'll see a man and outside. It was funny. I messaged you because I saw in your Facebook story you with a big smile on your face at Italian American Fest, and I came down Sunday just for dinner. I was like, I don't want to make anything. I want an Italian American Fest, and came down and ate a stromboli. Like it was
literally.
We're there. We're at these events. We don't just talk about it. We come and eat the food, as we said earlier. It's great.
Yeah, I was at the. I go watch the movies on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's more so a time for me and my friend to sit and talk as our kids are entertained, but
exactly. Life's about balance. We said that earlier.
Exactly. Family. Okay, guys.
Yes. Yes.
But shout I think it's great. I love it. I love doing this. I thank you again for bringing me a part of your vision. And I'm looking forward to do more. We're just scratching the surface, guys. We really are.
We're going to keep it rolling. So keep tuning in because we appreciate it. And keep stopping us and telling us how much you love it because it keeps us going. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Oh, it's been another wonderful episode of the Downtown Scoop. I'm your host, Amanda Dukes, and my co-host, Mike Sturdivant. We'll see you next time.